have changed in our culture. Being a parent and taking care of children is a big order. For myself, I thought it was the hugest thing anyone could actually do because I wanted to do as well. But I knew so much I didn't know about being a parent, the kind of parent that I actually wanted to be present, to be hands-on, to love, to teach, to nurture, to guide, to lead them in faith, but also be a person of character as well. And so I want to encourage you that mindset about parenting, a heart posture about parenting, has a lot to do with how you'll feel about parenting. So for me, I had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, my husband and and I can remember telling God, all I see is work. It just seems like work, because it was work inside of me to give of myself in a way that they needed. It was stretching me. If I'm going to be kind, if I'm going to be attentive, if I'm sacrificing my space. All those things were stretching me. But my desire, right? My desire to be a good parent really, really, really caused me to pray, because there were so many things that was needed that I desired to give that I didn't feel like I had the qualification, but I had a heart's desire for the life of another human being, right? And so, hey guys, who jumped on? And so for taking care of another human being, a child, middle schooler, a teenager, is no small task. But what I want to encourage you with is mindset is everything. So when it felt like my 2-year-old and 4-year-old and looking at them, and I'm like, God, all I see is work. And he changed my heart. I asked him to change my heart because I didn't want to have the kind of disposition that seemed like I was always annoyed or irritated and things like that. I had experienced some of that myself growing up. My mom, was, taking care of us. My dad, I don't know, up until I was 9, they were married. But anyway, my dad was still a contributor financially, that kind of thing. But, still it's a different thing when you're in a home by yourself taking care of children day to day. It's different than just visiting on the weekend. And so I didn't want to have that kind of disposition that my children can feel like it seemed like I was annoyed by them. And so I wanted to be able to give so many of the things as a parent that I did not have. And so there were some great things that I received, but I also wanted to be able to communicate. I wanted to be I wanted to be able to show mutual respect for my child, because not like my generation and older. So like I'm 60, and, it's like not seen and not heard. Respect is so important for mutually. But first you have to shape it in your child. You have to shape within them how to be respectful of adults and authority. That doesn't just happen. But it's also so important as a parent. Hey guys, you're jumping on. It's so important as a parent to realize it's important to give that respect to your child. Especially if you're even a single mom or whatever, and raising a young man, and, they're coming into the preteen, and really this starts before they get to the preteen years. But being able to have the kind of communication that is not assumption. So parenting is so much about teaching. I remember thinking, God, don't they just get some of this stuff by osmosis? They don't. We as human beings absorb and observe. And when it's like you want your children to have something that is powerful, it's so important to be able to implement that or provide that or get that to them. So I want to encourage you that even if you don't feel like you have it, right? Don't give up on yourself. You know, I'm here to encourage you and also to give you tips and other places that you can learn, because there's so much demanding work, school, managing a home. It's like no matter how many times you wash laundry, it's going to be laundry the next week. The food preparation, something's going to have to be clean. There are certain things that are continuously wash, rinse, repeat. And it's about being able to have a mindset of hope and peace and resilience and purpose and joy when it comes to being a parent. If it's looked at from a place of drudgery, then it'll be heavy. If it's looked at from a place of uh this thing, that shift your mindset, shift your perspective, and you might be there. You might be there already. You might have that hopeful mindset. For me, as a young parent, I had to develop that since I did feel like, you know, someone's asking me if I'm okay. I'm doing great, actually. And so I just want to encourage you. It is everything. Mindset is everything. So just allowing your mind to be in a place that planning, putting things in place that helps your life be more organized. Children, communicate. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Because they're just like little sponges. They absorb so much information, need a whole lot of love. And sometimes it's hard if the things that you haven't received, but it doesn't mean it can't be done. So you guys are like so amazing, and I just want to encourage you that in your parenting journey, switch your mindset and see your little people, your little humans, as what they are, gifts. But they're gifts that need time, attention, effort, all things. Take the time to do things you enjoy that are fun to you, to have self-care. But ask God to give you the mindset and perspective so that you can see your children as joyful, an opportunity to pour into little human lives, shape little human lives, because it won't last forever. I know in the midst of it, it doesn't seem like it'll go fast, but after they pass 5, it is a marathon. So whatever, whether it's your mindset about parenting or yes, your mindset about you, about your life today, I want to encourage you today to think upward. Ask the Lord to keep you peace. Ask Him to give you joy. And, even as a life coach, I talk a lot about emotional health and growing in that and being strengthened in that. And these are the tools that I have had to use in my own life to live encouraged and empowered. And so parenting is possible to have joyful experience and making fun with them and with you. So until the next time I try one of these live, you guys are the best.